Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Vasco Toastmasters 40th meeting. Let me start with the mission today. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Now, today, I want to ask you a question. How was your day today? You can give me a thumbs up. You can give me some emojis. Nothing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. It was good.
Good.
Good. I want some answers. Good.
It was awesome.
Awesome. And
Exciting.
exciting. Successful in whatever we did. Yeah, so these are some positive words and which bring positive vibes, right? And so to start with, I thought we'll start with some positive vibes with these good words. And there's lots to look forward to. So please put your hands together to welcome our dynamic president, Toastmaster Abrar. Toastmaster Abrar. Can we have
Thank you. Toastmaster Tiana. Am I audible?
You are,
And
but you are. We can see you like a statue. At least I can see you like a statue.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Am I visible now?
Yes. We can see the screen. Toastmasters, Vasco Toastmasters Club.
Yeah. But you can't see Abrar, so. It's muted.
Wow. I think the team was just testing me out, Tiana. But we are Toastmasters and we will ensure that to the last moment we are going to figure this out. Anyways, a very good evening to everyone who's present here. I am Abrar Said. I am the president of Vasco Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters I think we do not have any guests, but for the Toastmasters who are not from Goa, would like to tell you that there are 10 clubs in Goa, out of which there are 8 community clubs and 2 corporate clubs. Vasco was chartered a year and a half ago, and we are on the 40th meeting today. And it is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you present here. We also have our area directors, 2 area directors who are present in the room. One of them will be playing the role of the general evaluator. That's Toastmaster Alvina. She is the area director of W2. And we have area director Toastmaster Swapnil, who is from W4. To all the other Toastmasters present in the room, a warm welcome to you all. Welcome to the 40th meeting. Before we move ahead, let's just hear from our area directors. Tell us about you to the Toastmasters who are present in the room. Can we start with Swapnil?
Thank you, Abrar. You already introduced me. I would like to say that, yeah, I was part of Vasco club meetings last year and this year as well. I found this club very helpful, and I have met many Toastmasters from this club. and wish you all the best for the club meetings and future as well. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Swapnil. We also have guest Toastmasters who will be playing different roles in today's meeting. However, due to time constraints, we are going to get in, we're going to hear from there maybe at the end. So as everybody knows, we have teams, and for today's meeting, we have the 11th hour. And when I think about 11th hour, what comes to my mind is the Murphy's Law. Whatever has to go wrong is going to go wrong. And just how you saw, my internet had some glitch, but we are Toastmasters. We are okay with it, and we are going to give our best. So for today's meeting, the entire aim is to come forward and give your best. I know this meeting was scheduled in a time span of 2 days or maybe less than 24 hours, but we are going to pull this off. So moving ahead, I would now like to call upon the Vice President Education of Vasco Toastmasters Club and our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abrar. So good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Toastmaster Shivani, Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. Now, I really did not prepare anything for today's meeting. You'll ask me why I did not prepare for today's meeting. It is because I wait till the 11th hour to do things. Now, 11th hour doesn't mean 11 o'clock. It means the latest moment possible. So people like me who wait for the last minute, they love to wait till the last second to do their job. Can I know if there is anybody else who is just like me who waits till the 11th hour? Can I get some reactions? I can see some hands. No. Okay. So for those of you who don't wait till 11th hour, must be wondering what is wrong with these people? Why do they wait till the last minute? Now, there can be many reasons for this. First, may be that we love the thrill of waiting till the last minute. You know, when you wait till that point and then you're forced to do everything and you give your best productive self in those last 5 minutes. It's like preparing for an exam or a paper just outside the classroom before entering the examination. You give your best in those 5 minutes. Or other reason can be that we are really lazy to start early. We are so lazy that we don't want to start early. Or that we are too smart to start early and we know that we'll smartly get through it even in the last minute. There can be so many reasons why people like me and you wait for the 11th hour to finish the entire work. For today's meeting, I took the role of TMOD at the 11th hour without hesitation, and not that I had an option. But to tell you honestly, Toastmasters meeting do not happen at the 11th hour. All members put in a lot of efforts and they do not wait at the last moment. I appreciate people who put in efforts early and do the work early. But there is something magical about also waiting at the 11th hour. With this, let's begin our today's meeting. For the benefit of everybody, Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 sections. We have the prepared speech section, then we have the table topic section, and then we have the evaluation section. To help us with our efforts, to help us with the meeting, we have 3 main role players, 3 main minor role players: the grammarian, our counter, and the timer. First, let me call upon our counter, Toastmaster Tanvi. I think Toastmaster Tanvi is not there in the meeting. All right. Let me call upon the timer, Toastmaster Shivani, which is me again. For the role of timer, I will show the timer cards to indicate time. For prepared speech section, I will show the green card upon 5 minutes, yellow card upon 6 minutes, and red card upon 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, maximum time you will get with 7.5 minutes. After that, you are expected to stop your speech. For table topics, green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. I will give my report when called up upon the general evaluator. You are expected to keep your speech within the time limit. Next we have is grammarian. Can I call upon Toastmaster Abrar to tell us about the role of grammarian?
Am I visible now?
Yes, Abrar.
Well, as the grammarian for today's meeting, my role is to keep a track of good and not so good language. And since we have all the Toastmasters who are well aware about this role, I am going to spotlight or highlight the word of the day, and I'm expecting all the Toastmasters to make use of it. It's astounding, which basically means surprising. It's an adjective. Toastmasters experience is an astounding experience, I would say. Another example would be Goa Assembly Elections 2022. I personally believe, no, I do not want to give any opinions or talk about the results, but the results are going to be astounding. I am going to make note of the number of times everyone is going to use the word of the day and the good and not so good usage. And I will present my report when called upon by the gender evaluator. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivani. Toastmaster Shivani, as the presiding officer, I have a request. In case if you have any of the Toastmasters who would like to step up and take up the role of our counter, is there anyone? Toastmaster Swapnil or Toastmaster Siona?
We need our counter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll do. No problem.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Swapnil. So as the presiding officer, I would like to request the adoption of the agenda. Can we have a proposer and a seconder, please?
Yes, I propose it, Toastmaster Abrar.
I second the same.
Can someone second it?
Yeah, Toastmaster
Thank
Albina
you.
here. Second the same.
Thank you, Toastmaster Albina. Back to you, Toastmaster Shivani.
Yes. Now can I call upon Toastmaster Swapnil, who became the R counter at the 11th hour. Over to you, Toastmaster Swapnil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. My role as a counter to count the filler words or the ahs and ums when we on the stage. I'll count ahs and ums of all the speakers, and I will share my report at the end of the meeting. I will request everyone to have minimum usage of ahs and ums in your speeches. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swapnil. Moving to the first section of Toastmasters meeting is the prepared speech section. In the prepared speech section, you need to prepare for the speech. You need to put in efforts. Hence, you cannot wait at the last moment to do the same. Our speakers for today's meeting have put in a lot of efforts to complete their projects and to complete their levels. First, we have our speaker, Toastmaster Mansi. Toastmaster Mansi will be giving her level 2 project 2 from presentation mastery. Before her, may I call Toastmaster Abhilash to state the purpose of her speech? Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Hello everyone, good evening. Am I audible?
It's not helping.
Am I audible? So today, Toastmaster Manasi is attempting our level 2 project 2 in our pathway presentation mastery, where the project is the effective body language. The purpose of this project is for a member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses non-verbal communication when delivering the speech. Speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Manasi. One suggestion would be not to blur your background, as this is about body language. If you do any hand gestures, that blurriness will affect the hand movement or any other body language which you are trying to show. That's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Mansi, can you check your audio and video?
Yes, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Trust your efforts, Toastmaster Mansi. Toastmaster Mansi, trust your efforts.
If you had to describe your junior college life in 3 words, how would you describe it? Any volunteers?
Fun.
Enjoyment.
One more word?
Stressful.
Wow, that's nice to hear. Area director and fellow Toastmasters, also former junior college students. Good evening. If I had to describe my junior college years in 3 words, my answer would be number 1, confusion. Because I was confused about the choices that I should make. Number 2, struggle. Because I struggled to achieve the majority of the goals that I had set for myself. Number 3, disappointment. Because I was unable to handle the disappointment after each and every failure. When you're studying for your 10th standard board exams, your parents always tell you, Beta, just study for the next 2-3 months. After that, life will be enjoyable for you. Did your parents tell you the same? Yes. Toastmaster Swapnil is nodding there. Even my parents told me the same. But guess what? I did not enjoy my life after 10th standard. Life after 10th standard became more hectic. My day started with cricket practice. Then I had to attend college. Then I had to attend my fitness classes. And after that, classes for IIT JEE preparation. The icing on the cake was extra studies for studying for your tests and practice. And add a daily dose of arguments with your father to it. It becomes a tasteless cake that nobody wants to eat. When I was in 11th standard, I thought that I had matured. I thought that I could make decisions for myself. I made the decision that I wanted to represent India in cricket and I did not want to study. But my cricket friends persuaded me that I should continue with physiotherapy side by side so that when I retire, I could become a physiotherapist for the team. That was some pretty long-term thinking, and somehow I agreed with them. So I started to convince my parents to choose PCB in 11th standard and drop maths altogether. This argument started World War III in my house. My father is an engineer, my uncle is an engineer. In a house full of engineers, when you tell them that I don't want to pursue engineering, you are starting a war. Unfortunately or fortunately, I lost the war. Let me tell you, I am a computer engineering student in final year who loves mathematics. That's why I'm extremely glad that I lost the war with my parents. But 11th standard wasn't easy. I wasn't scoring good marks. I scored only 66% in my 11th standard. This was a huge drop because I had scored 92% in 10th standard. My cricket career wasn't going well. I scored some 10 odd runs in 4 matches, and I picked up only 1 wicket for the state team that year. I was struggling. I wasn't achieving anything. So in a bid to resurrect my cricket career, I told my parents now that I want to choose arts so that I can only focus on my cricket career. Again, this started another war. You can call this World War III Part 2. My mother, who is usually Team Manasi, was with my father this time. There was no one who supported this dream of playing for India and not studying. Double underline to not studying. So I had to continue with the same PCMB and cricket in 12th standard. Naturally, 12th standard, first half of 12th standard followed the same script. In the month of November, in my 12th standard, I had the chance to think about my career for a long time because I was playing matches and I had nothing to do on the hotel room. So I started to do some hard thinking. I started to reflect on the past 1.5 years. I realized that if I keep following both these paths, I'm going to end up nowhere. It is better to choose one path and stick to it. And stick to it in such a way that I pass that path successfully. The answer to this was academics. Now, if I had to explain to you why I chose academics, that would be a different speech in itself. But in short, cricket wasn't going well. I was facing injuries. I had my first taste of politics. And I knew somewhere down the line that I am capable of studying and I'm capable of scoring good marks. And ultimately, I'm capable of getting a good job as well. Henceforth, I chose cricket. I chose academics. I'm really sorry. I chose academics. Luckily, it turned out to be a good decision because currently I'm in my final year and I have a job in my kitty as well. Now, if I look back and meet that confused, disappointed version of myself, I would like to tell her, trust your struggles. Even if you're failing at that point of time, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Eventually, you're going to be successful and failure is just a part of the story. Trust your struggles. You're going to be successful one day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. Can we have a minute of silence for giving feedback to our speaker one, Toastmaster Mansi? Okay. Moving on, we have our speaker number 2. Speaker number 2 is Toastmaster Akansha, who will be also giving her level 2 of Project 2 from her pathway innovative planning. Before I call her, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Stuti, to read the objectives of her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Stuti.
My speaker today is Toastmaster Akansha, and she's doing her Level 2, Project 2 in the Pathway Innovative Planning. The title of her speech is Decrypting, and her project is to connect with her audience. The purpose of this project is for her to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Toastmaster Akansha, I wish you all the very best.
Should I
Yes. Just a second. Yes. Toastmaster Akansha, decrypting. Decrypting, Toastmaster Akansha.
decrypting, as my evaluator just said. But what? I want you all to write the answer in the chat box now. Come on, guys, be active. Well, not politics, not cipher. Well, the answer is cryptocurrency. So how many of you have heard about it? Please raise your hands. And how many of y'all actually understands it? Even if you don't, no worries. Because after today's speech by Toastmaster Akansha, that won't be your response. Good evening, everyone, and let's get started. What is crypto? Well, in brief, it is a digital or a virtual currency created through complex coding over a network. Because it involves such extensive encryption, hence the name cryptocurrency. But why crypto? Tell me one thing. How many of y'all have ever faced issues like transaction failed? Or worse, can't make an international transaction because your card doesn't approve? All of us, right? But you know what? Crypto solves all your problems. It's fast, effective, and far more secure. You can make international payments in a fraction of a second through cryptos. But how does that happen? Well, for our fiat money like rupee, we have the RBI issuing it and governing it. But with crypto, there exists no such authority or central authority to govern it, making it decentralized. It is this absence of third-party interference that makes it so fast. Not only this peer-to-peer transaction is fast, but even the transaction fee or cost is far lesser than a fiat money, which makes it highly cost-effective. And the best part, it's transparent and secure, making it less susceptible to scams. But how is that possible? Well, the reason lies in the technology behind its working, blockchain. Now, in order to understand blockchain or crypto, the best thing that we can do is to draw similarities with the fiat money, as crypto has become a medium of exchange too. So how do we do that? We all have a bank passbook, right, as a record of all our transactions. We make ledger accounts to account for all the transactions made by us or by the business. Even at Toastmasters when we make our fee payment. Similarly, when we transact in crypto, it is recorded in a ledger, an electronic ledger known as the blockchain. A blockchain is a network of computers or nodes, to be technical, spread across the world. Each block contains a set of transactions or information, and a chain of blocks represent a series of information, giving it the name blockchain. Now, the thing with blockchain is that when a transaction is added, it is not just validated by one node or computer, but by all the nodes of the network. And only then it is added to the blockchain. This makes it extremely difficult to enter or hack into the system. In fact, even if someone gets access into the blockchain, he still cannot alter or change or retrieve the information stored on the other blocks of the chain. It is due to these reasons that it is highly secure, transparent, as all the transactions are tracked, and significantly less susceptible to scams. However, there is a catch with crypto. There exists no regulatory body governing the crypto exchange, making it extremely risky for the investors. So what do we do? Well, the answer is simple. Diversify your portfolio by investing in multiple investment avenues like stocks, mutual funds, cryptos, and so on. And since crypto is still risky, only invest a small proportion, like 10%, out of the total money to be invested. In this way, you get the benefit of crypto as well as mitigate your risk. And now that we have understood crypto, why did crypto hype during COVID when Bitcoin was created 10 years ago? Now, when the entire world locked down due to COVID, the world economy got concerned, due to which countries started to print more money to keep the money flow going into the system. And as we know, when the government prints more money, the inflation rises. In order to protect from this impact, investors started to seek an alternative source of investment or an asset known as crypto. Thus, the astounding hype of crypto during the COVID crisis. Thank you.
Thank you for decrypting crypto, Toastmaster Akansha. We will observe a minute of silence to give our feedback to our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Akansha. Zoom Master, can we have the voting for the best speakers? Okay, has everybody voted?
Yes.
Okay, with the prepared speech section, we move to the second section of Toastmasters meeting, which is the opposite of prepared speech, which is the table topic section. In the table topic section, a topic will be given to you on spot, and you are expected to speak on that topic at the 11th hour. To take our table topics for today, we have our youngest Toastmaster, Toastmaster Shania. Toastmaster Shania, a table topic master, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. A very good evening, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. Table topic helps members practice the art of improvisation and also helps us think on our feet. This helps us develop 4 visual communication skills, that is, listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topics that I have prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation. We at Toastmasters try and provide speaking opportunities to maximum audience members. Before we begin, I request the timer to show the cards on the screen. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivani. Okay, let us begin. So let's start with Toastmaster Manish.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. So you have to choose between 1 to 10. So after choosing, I will pick out any one of the papers and I will tell you your topic.
7.
7. Okay. Okay. So your topic is what gets you excited about life? I repeat, what gets you excited about life?
Good evening. The topic given to me is what excites me. What excites me in life, correct, Shania?
Yes, about life.
Okay. A tough question because for me, life has always been very exciting. And if you have to ask me to pinpoint on one aspect which is the vital point, then it is difficult. Nevertheless, let me give it a try. Probably what excites me more is the uncertainty involved in life. And this keeps me going because every mode it is an experience. You think in a particular aspect, and ultimately when the outcome is there, you find that whatever you had planned has not worked your way. To give you a simple example, I never thought of getting into academics because I was not so great in studies. But eventually, when you reach a stage where it becomes a fight of bread and butter, then that is a time when you think, where do you want to put your efforts? So for me, the easiest thing that I found at that moment of time was studying. So I took up the best option available to me at that particular moment, and then waited for the outcome. And when I say waited for the outcome, I chose a path which was considered to be a little tough. I got into commerce and then I started academics and there. So you can understand what kind of a difficulty it is when you have to qualify for the professional exams in commerce. Nevertheless, things shaped up for me in a positive manner, but with its own uncertainties. Like it was a roller coaster. So I think uncertainty is one thing which keeps me going. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manish. So our next Toastmaster is Toastmaster Abrar. Toastmaster Abrar. Toastmaster Abrar.
Can I doubt he's there?
Okay, so I'll move on. Okay. Next is Toastmaster Siona. Toastmaster Siona. Okay, choose any number 1 to 10 except 7.
3.
Okay. So your topic is you met your best friend after 2 years, and next week you both are planning to meet up. What would you do?
Thank you, Toastmaster Shania. I met my friend after 2 years. It was such an exciting time. And we couldn't stop talking about what we did, what we could have done, and what we had planned, what we have become. And that list was endless. And so we thought, we'll catch up again. And guess what? We found ourselves on the next flight to Kerala. And we spent some time in a very spiritual place for 2 days, and the next 5 days we were off just gallivanting the whole of Kerala. We went to Munnar and we explored so many things. Oh my God, whatever we couldn't do when we were younger, I thought we had that kind of energy to just do whatever we could. Backwaters and oh my God, I even forget with all that excitement. And when we came back, we decided we should not wait until we meet. Now it's so much easier to get online and plan. So our next trip is going to be to Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siana. Next, we have Toastmaster Tanvi. Toastmaster Tanvi.
Yes, Toastmaster. Shania,
Okay.
I am
choose
sorry.
Any number except 7 and 3, between 1 to 10.
5.
Okay. So your topic is,
Mhm.
suppose you would go back in time and talk to yourself. What advice would you give yourself?
If I were to go back in time and talk to myself, what advice I would give myself, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Am I audible?
Yes, now you are.
So, good evening, everyone. As you know, life is all about uncertainties, as Toastmaster Manish already said. I would also like to say the same thing. For me, as an individual, life was all about uncertainties. But I, as a person, was a very spontaneous individual, which has its own risks and has its own advantages. Am I audible now? Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yes, now you are.
So, for me, as an individual, thinking and analyzing a situation was far off from the reach. I was always about taking actions before thinking. And if I were to go into my past and tell myself one thing, that would be try to wait with patience and think about what steps you're going to take in future. Because there have been a lot of incidents in my life wherein I wish that I would have thought before taking actions and stepping into it. So I am not sad about it. I do not regret it, or nor am I guilty about it, because whatever has happened has led me to this day. But if I were to make situations or have better circumstances than these, then definitely I would go back and tell myself to be spontaneous, but less spontaneous, and also analyze situations in life thoroughly and wisely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanvi. Now, next we have Toastmaster Akansha.
Sure.
Okay. Choose between 1 to 10, except 3, 5, and 7.
4.
Okay.
I'll go for 4.
Okay, so your topic is who impresses you the most? I repeat, who impresses you the most?
I don't know whether to. I think it's an understatement to say who impresses me the most. I would like to think in terms of my role model. So I was asked this question even during my interviews, who is my role model or what impresses me about them? And I had just one answer even during that time. I don't have any role model and I don't have any particular person who impresses me the most, because as I've learned through my own life and experiences, every single person has got its own unique self. Every single person has got their own strengths and weaknesses. And there is so much to learn from a person, There is so much to be impressed from each single person. It's just about changing your perspective, your view of seeing that person, and it changes your world. In Mahabharata, there is a quote, Yatha Drishti Tatha Srishti. So I think so I always try to focus more on the positives in a person, positives in a situation. So I'm always impressed by each and every single person that comes into my life. As I always say, someone is either going to be a lesson or is going to be a blessing, but there is always going to be something impressive. And you know what's going to be most impressive? Your own growth through all those people that actually come into your life. So that is extremely impressive for me. And the way I grow as a person is impressive. So that's what I have to say on this topic.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akansha. Next, we have Toastmaster Stuti. Toastmaster Stuti.
Hi.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, it's
Okay.
Stuti, yes.
So choose a number except 3, 4, 5, and 7.
Okay, I'll go with the number 2.
Okay. So your topic is, are you a college student or are you working?
No, I'm a college student.
Okay. So you have a function in your college and your colleague has to give an introduction speech. But unfortunately, she's not well and cannot attend. So they have appointed you to give the introduction speech at the last minute. How would you introduce the gathering?
Okay. So first of all, it's quite astounding that my college has an event, because normally at Goa Dental College, all we do is study all the time. So I'm super excited to be introducing our event at college. So first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to Goa Dental College. Over here, we spread smiles, and that's exactly what we'll be doing at our event too. We'll be ensuring that all of you are left smiling by the end of the day. For our event today, not only will we be teaching you about oral hygiene, but we'll also be teaching you there's more dentists than just that. We'll be displaying our cultural prowess by having our students take part in different dance as well as different poetry activities. We'll also be having a lot of students that will be displaying their talents, such as singing, So through all this, we will be introducing you to the world of dentistry, but also to the lives of our dental students that is much more than their textbooks. That's all. I need to go and complete my evaluation suite, so that's all I'm going to say for now. But thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Stuti. Next, we have Toastmaster Abhilesh. Toastmaster Abhilesh? Okay. So choose from either 8, 9, 1, or 6, or 10. 1? Okay. So your topic is, you have a project to submit tomorrow and you have totally forgotten about it. Would you give an excuse, or would you complete the topic or the project what you had been given to?
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for such a nostalgic topic, which it's really hard for me to relate because I am the role number 1 for like what? Throughout all my academics, more than 15 plus years. So I am the one who can't forget anything like that. But still, to be hypothetical, if I forgot something, and I would really think about how I can finish it up, because to resonate more with the theme, I'm more of a 11th hour person, which had helped me in many situations. And to complete a project at 11th hour is also fine, because I can set the bar much low with my project, so everyone else's project will look much better. And I will definitely try to submit it, because when the roll number is called, the first roll number itself is not having anything, then I know how the mood of the class goes. The teacher will, from roll number 2, the way how students get treated will be different. To avoid such astounding effect in the class, I would no, I'm the bait in everywhere, even Viva was practicals. So I will put myself as a bait for this also, and I'll try to at least have a heading and a conclusion in that project, A4 sheets, and I will submit it. And mostly I will get it done, because 11th hour helps to be more productive, to identify more shortcuts, how to finish any project or jobs, but that's not the best way to do, which I have learned after all this years of experience working. So better, I will conclude by saying I'll submit it at any cost to save all my fellow students and fellow friends in my class. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Well spoken, Toastmaster Abhilesh. Next, we have Toastmaster Shivani. Toastmaster Shivani.
Yes. I was just supposed to tell you that may this be the last one because of the time.
Okay. So choose between 8, 9, 6, or 10.
6.
Okay. Okay. In your opinion,
Sorry?
In your opinion, which is the worst? Failing or never trying?
Okay. Okay, thank you for the topic. Somebody will have to time me since I'm the timer. If somebody can time me, it would be great. Yes, so in my opinion, the worst thing would be definitely not trying. Not trying is equal to playing safe, and it's equal to being in your comfort zone and not even attempting to go outside the comfort zone. Whereas on the other hand, failure is when you move outside your easy, simple life and attempt or dare to do something different or dare to fail at it. I think failure can teach people many things. Many things can be learned from failure. They say, right, failure is the stepping stone to success. That is absolutely true. If you don't try, how will you fail? And if you don't fail, how will you succeed? So not trying can be the worst thing that could happen to anyone. I think most people don't try because of fear of failure. But that fear of failure is also equal to fear of success. So I guess not trying would be the worst thing that can happen. Over to you, Toastmaster Shania.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivani. And from here, my role has been completed. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivani.
Okay. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Shania. All the speakers have been qualified. Zoom Master, I will just repeat the names. Toastmaster Manish, Toastmaster Siona, Toastmaster Tanvi, Toastmaster Akansha, Toastmaster Stuti, Toastmaster Abhilash, and Toastmaster Shivani. Can we release the poll? Or we can have it later. Oh, there is poll, I guess. Yes. Zoom Master, is the poll done?
Two of the participants need to vote. It's done.
Okay. With this, we come to the end of our second section. And lastly, the third section is about evaluations. To evaluate our meeting today, we have with us a dynamic Toastmaster, our area director, Toastmaster Alvina. She's also my junior from college, so that's how I know her. Over to you, Toastmaster Alvina.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shivani. Hey everyone, a very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'm the general evaluator for today. What I'll be doing is evaluating the whole meeting, as Toastmaster Shivani said. And also along with me, I have Spotlight always distracts me. And along with me, I have a team of evaluators who will be evaluating the prepared speakers as well as the role players who will come up with their reports. So first up, we have Toastmaster Abhilash, who will be evaluating our first speaker. So I would request Toastmaster Abhilash to please evaluate.
Am I audible and visible? Check. Am I audible? Yes, no.
You are audible.
Okay. Trust your struggles. Today, Toastmaster Manasi has delivered a wonderful speech about her journey from junior college till her college final year. I was astounded to hear such struggles, what she had gone through. I was so happy, but she had learned every lesson out of each and every incident. Since she started from junior college and did it in her college, I'll go much lower to the kindergarten where we all learned ABCD. That's how I'm going to evaluate your speech. To start with A, audience interaction. You opened it with a wonderful question where you asked audience to describe their junior college life. And then you started explaining what are the challenges you faced in the junior college life. And B, body language, which is the sole purpose of this project. You had wonderfully carried out the purpose throughout the speech, where you intentionally mentioned the numbers as you go 1, 2, 3, when you go to World War III, or when you unintentionally mentioned about face palming, about how you mispronounced some words at the end of the speech, and the hand gestures throughout the speech. You are moving to show how it moved from your junior college to college, and your practice, cricket practice, many other places you used your hand gestures wonderfully, and your body language was very well visible for us, even in this virtual screen and in your sitting position also. Kudos to them. And see, content. Content, you delivered a personal story where every one of us can relate it. Everyone would have gone through this, the struggle to select the science group or maths group, engineering or medicine, or whichever project with you have to get placed, or you have to pursue your MS. All these struggles everywhere. It was highly relatable content. And the delivery, you delivered with a proper diction and very clear voice. The words flow out like how we pour water out of a jug. And you used wonderful words like tasteless cake, and that is one example which I catch in that your speech. Now, what you can improve upon? E for emotion. Even though your voice modulation was good when you are describing certain words, a bit of emotion would have added more impact to it. You see how I delivered the word impact. I lean forward, I said with one proper diction. For example, when you pronounce tasteless cake, you could have shown that disgusting feature of taste like cake, something like that will make audience to think more about that particular point. It will be more impactful. And yes, finally, to sum it up, your speech was with a wonderful purpose, takeaway, personal story, and you have did a wonderful voice modulation, and you have had a wonderful gestures throughout the speech. Add some emotion in your speech. You are already a wonderful speaker. You will be reaching much more higher places in your speech. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluator. I'm not sure if I overshooted the time. I didn't see the timer cards.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhilash. Yes, the timer did not display the cards, but it's okay.
I hope I have completed within 4 minutes.
It's okay. You will be forgiven. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhilash. That was a really good evaluation. Now we move on to the second evaluator. Oh, I was supposed to use the word astounding. That was an astounding evaluation. And now we move on to the second evaluator. That's Toastmaster Stuti. So Stuti, over to you. Do give an astounding evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veena. In the words of Gil Penching, mobile was Internet 2.0. It changed everything. Crypto is Internet 3.0. Toastmaster Akansha, if the world of crypto is ever looking for a brand ambassador, they should sign you right up, because truly you are the crypto queen. You have mastered the world of crypto right to an astounding depth, because right from your title, Decrypting, to the content of your speech, everything was practically flawless. Your title, Decrypting, not only was a clever pun on cryptocurrency, but it also helped build our suspense. As your audience, we couldn't help but wonder what exactly were you going to speak to us about today. To build our curiosity, you even started with a rhetorical question, which got our brain juices flowing even more. You had us all type out in the chat box about what we thought we were going to be decrypting today, and that facilitated excellent audience engagement. You spoke today about a topic that is not only an unfamiliar one, but also a very complicated one, especially for someone like me that is very bad with numbers. But you did so with ease. You spoke with a very good, you spoke with a very good pace that was just right. And you spoke clearly whilst projecting your voice. That way we could understand every single thing you said and we could grasp the concept of crypto. Apart from this, you also seasoned your speech with gestures and ample factual data that showed us how much you had researched this topic and how passionate you truly were about what you spoke about today. As far as my recommendations for you go, I do have to. I really wish that we'd gotten a bit of a personal angle from you on how you got into this topic, about what drew you to it, or any other experience you've had with cryptocurrency as a topic. My second recommendation would be that because, and this is a very personal one, because my brain cannot really process numbers that well, and since this was filled with a lot of factual data and also some complex words, it would have made your speech even better if you had supported it with a PowerPoint presentation or any other kind of pictorial data. That being said, truly Toastmaster Akansha, you did an amazing job today. You had us all floored with your knowledge on cryptocurrency, and you fulfilled the purpose of your project with flying colors. With just my recommendations added, I'm sure you'll soar to an even greater height. Well, all the best to you, Crypto Queen.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Stuti. That was a very astounding evaluation. I'm trying to gain those points on astounding. Okay. So with that, we are done with our evaluations report, and we'll have voting for the best evaluator. So I would request our president to kindly launch the voting poll. I was going to say voting sheet, and I'm like, no, no. Okay, everyone, vote quickly, tak. Just a click. President, please let me know when we can move on.
Yes, General Evaluator, we can proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for voting and exercising your right. I just had to say that. Anyways, moving on. We move on with our minor role players. So we have the grammarian, that was Toastmaster Abrar, to kindly present your report. Abrar, you need to unmute.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I don't think I would do justice to this particular load as I was running too many things in the background. However, I have tried my best. Let's start with, there were numerous words which were used. They were facilitated, ample, two forms of data which could be mentioned: factual, pictorial, decrypting. Coming to not so good usage, I would say, whenever you're concluding, you could instead of saying, I would say, someone, said it, I would like to, I will conclude. It had to be, I would like to conclude. There is the past participle of overshooting is overshot and not overshooted. Coming back to the word of the day, we had Toastmaster Akansha who had used it once, Toastmaster Stuti who used it twice. Abhilash had used the verb form of astounding, that is astound. Good job, Abhilash. And we had a general evaluator, Toastmaster Alvina, who had used it thrice. That's all from me. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abrar. And the thing is, astounding is such a nice positive word, so you can use it anytime, again and again and again and again. So good job. Oh, now we move on to the next role player. That's the R counter, Toastmaster Swapnil.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone, once again. I had we had very less usage of R as an today. You all made my job very simpler. Toastmaster Abrar and Toastmaster Siona, sorry, I couldn't count your R's and ums in the beginning, but later Toastmaster Abrar had 2 R's. Then we had our Toastmaster Shivani, Toastmaster of the day on the stage, and she was very doing good, pretty good in the beginning. Later, I don't know what happened. She started with in the table topics and had 2 ums and 5 plus R's. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. We have evaluator Abhilash who had 3 R's and his favorite word is that. I think so. Then we had table topic master Shanaya who had multiple so in her session. So I think her favorite word would be so for today. Then we had Stuti who had multiple R's in the table topic session. Manish also has 2 R's. We have our flawless speakers, Toastmaster Manasi, Toastmaster Akansha, and Tanvi for the day. Congratulations, Toastmaster Manasi, Akansha, and Tanvi for flawless speeches. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Alvina, the general evaluator for the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Swapnil. And we move to our final evaluator, that's Toastmaster Shivani. Yes.
Yes, the meeting started well on time, and even now we are good on time. Our speakers, Toastmaster Mansi spoke for 6 minutes 42 seconds. Toastmaster Akansha spoke for 7 minutes 28 seconds. The table topic speakers, Toastmaster Manish spoke for 2 minutes. Toastmaster Siona spoke for 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Tanvi spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Akansha 1 minute 34 seconds. Toastmaster Stuti 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Abhilash 2 minutes. Our evaluators, Toastmaster Abhilash evaluated for 3 minutes 20 seconds. And Toastmaster Stuti evaluated for 3 minutes. That's my report, and over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Alvina.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shivani. And with this, we are done with our role players reports. And once again, voting time. So I would request our president, Toastmaster Abrar. Yes, already done. Yeah, quick.
Please excuse me for the typo in Shivani's name. It's Shivani Keni. Please excuse me, Shivani.
I cannot see the poll.
I've already, is anyone else having a difficulty? Are the polls visible to everyone?
Not yet.
I already voted, so I could see it.
Manish, you could just send in your vote. It's only one participant which needs to vote. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you, Manish. Alvina, we are done with the voting.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Abrar. And now we come to the general evaluators report. That's me. So first of all, about the meeting, congratulations, everyone. Congratulations to Vasco Toastmasters for having this meeting. It was amazing, beautifully conducted. I really liked the way the president, first of all, greeted everybody when they came in. And you created a bonding with each and every person that entered the room. So that was really well done, Toastmaster Abrar. Then when the meeting started, I like the way Toastmaster Siona started the meeting, had everyone briefed about the rules. Then the role players, the Toastmaster of the day, that was Toastmaster Shivani. She's there. Oh, she went. But just for your knowledge, Toastmaster Shivani did also a really great job of introducing the theme. 11th hour, we always somehow end up in that situation, and just brought that memories back, brought that feeling back. So that's a really good Toastmaster of the day. So good job, Toastmaster Shivani. Moving on to my speakers. My first speaker, I totally relate to what you say and what you said today. So it's okay. But I like the way you moved on and you had that courage to put it all in a speech. It's not easy to talk about your difficulties in a speech, but you did it and it was a success story. So good job. And then Toastmaster Akansha, cryptocurrencies, very smartly you put it. Well done. Truly, it's a brain teaser. I don't know what are cryptocurrencies as much as I read, but you explained it very simply. So good job on that. Good speech. Your evaluators covered also. So you all have now like a full truckload to evaluate and work on. Good job. Then moving on to the table topics. The table topic master, Toastmaster Shania. Toastmaster Shania, the youngest, but I really liked your table topics. Your table topics was so simple, like everyone could, speak about it very easily. So good choices on your table topics. And I like the way how you creatively presented it as well with the sticky notes and all. So well done. In a Zoom meeting, we run out of creative ideas, but that's not true. Sky is the limit. Oh, sorry, stars exist. Good job. I really like the creativity you showed for the table topics. And then coming to my evaluators, that was Toastmaster Abhilash and Toastmaster Stuti. So first of all, Toastmaster Abhilash, I really like the way you introduced, and I like that you made it into an acronym, ABC. So what this does is it created a very simple method for everyone and also for your speaker to know. I'm sorry, I missed the A, but B was body language, C was contact. Oh, sorry, content. So good job on that, making it easier for your speaker to understand. And then Toastmaster Stuti, I really loved the way you introduced. It was like a proper speech, very creative, and hats off. It was a good evaluation. Both Abhilash and Stuti did the CRC method where you both had the commendation, then you had really good recommendations, something that the speakers can really work on. And then again, you're commended. So good job, both of you. Keep it up. Then coming to my role players, the grammarian. Grammarian, once again, a nice word. It's an easy word for people to use, astounding. So very good in choosing that word. My timer, hats off. I mean, you did glitch a bit, but that's okay. You're human. I forgive you. And then the R counter, Swapnil did a really good job last minute. Oh, not even 11th hour, like literally. So good job, Toastmaster Swapnil. And with this, I really liked the meeting. I loved the meeting, sorry. It was a good, well-conducted meeting. I liked that protocols were followed. And it was a good example for all of those who are attending the meeting from other clubs to experience the protocols, because sometimes we do forget and take it for granted in our own club meetings. So thank you, Vasco Toastmasters, for being an example. And with this, I'm done with my general evaluation report, and I hand over to the president, Toastmaster Abrar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvina, the area director of W2. Before I launch the poll for the major role player, I would like to know if Toastmaster Shivani, has everyone qualified? Is she in the room?
No, she left, I think. Yes.
Okay. I think everyone has major role players. Let's give them some credit. Anyways, I'll launch the polls for the best major role player. Please vote. Okay. Thank you. So for everyone who joined in today, this meeting was planned and executed within less than 24 hours. Great job, good execution, well attempted. But as our general evaluators said, there are numerous things that we could improve upon, as this is our 40th meeting. We have lost touch with a couple of members. We also had new guest Toastmasters who said that even they have been unable to join in, but we did have a good time. I would now like to hear from the guest Toastmasters who had joined. We had Toastmasters Shruti, I think, who joined in for the first time. Toastmasters Shruti, how was your experience? Any suggestions that you have? Which club do you belong to, though?
Yeah, so I'm from the ICG club, and I've heard a lot about Vasco club from my friends, Vishwaja and Shantanu. I think they had participated, they'd taken up roles last time, if I'm not mistaken, and they
Yes.
had a great time. And unfortunately, I could not take roles last time because I had my exams going on. So my exams just got over and we got our results. So now finally I was able to take a role up today, and I had a great time. So yeah, it was a great meeting.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Shruti. Do join in, and I'll personally write to Vishwaja and Shantanu.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
To join us for the future meetings. We also had a Toastmaster Swapnil who was here. We heard from Swapnil. I think Tanvi who had joined in late. Tanvi, maybe
Yes,
in a line or
Toastmaster.
two.
About Vasco Toastmasters.
Yes, I would like to hear two good things about Vasco, although you've written well.
Definitely, definitely. So I have been in Vasco Toastmasters meetings before as a role player and as a guest too. And I've observed how, you conduct your meetings with such precise, timings when it comes to timings, or when it comes to choosing role players, when it comes to table topic sessions. To say that every Toastmaster group has excellent speakers, but Vasco is an exception, I say, because today I was able to see, the talent or the level of speakers that this Toastmaster Club has. So thank you so much. Again, I lost my touch in speaking because I wasn't able to attend a lot of meetings these days. But this was my first meeting after a very long break, and to think it was in Vasco Toastmasters Club, I'm really happy about it. Thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank you so much,
Toastmaster.
Tanvi. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tanvi. Yes, we had some excellent Toastmasters. The other Toastmasters who are here, all the Toastmasters that you're seeing have joined us from last 2 months or 3 months, I would say, and they're doing pretty well. Some of them are on level 2, and some of them have already finished level 1s. And now, before we conclude, let's see the awards. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
For the best speaker, I think I will take the liberty to let everyone unmute themselves and give out your answers. Who do you think the best speaker was? Okay, nobody wants to guess. Toastmaster Manasi, congratulations for best table topic speaker. Any guesses? It was Toastmaster Tanvi Nair, although he did not get it to take up the role of the minor role player. Thank you for joining in, and congratulations for the best speech evaluator.
Thank you so much.
We had Toastmaster Shruti from ICG Toastmasters Club. Congratulations, Shruti.
Thank you.
For best minor role player, we had Toastmaster Swapnil. Congratulations, area director. To join us for future meetings. And for the best
Thank you.
major
Thanks a
role
lot.
player, we had Toastmaster Alvina.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Alvina. With this as the presiding officer, I would like to officially conclude and adjourn this meeting. Thank you very much. Recording stopped.